All right, today's movie is Assassin 33 AD. Also, it's been re-edited. It's kind of like a director's cut, apparently, as Black Easter. So, this movie is amazing. Just go watch it right now. Well, what's about? You might want to know what's about. What's it about? Well, we're going back to the Christploitation genre. Yes, another religious movie. This one's kind of weird though, because it's almost more like it's just a movie that deals with religion than being a religious movie. So, what's it about, first of all? So, we have a scientist and his team. They invent a time travel machine. And their boss is a Muslim, and the boss decides he's going to go back in time and kill Jesus because Jesus was a false prophet or something.
You're still mad at God for your wife and family, right?
Yeah.
I have the perfect mission for you. You're mad at Jesus. But wouldn't it be great to know if he was the real deal or just a myth?
And how would you prove that?
Prepare a full combat team and let me enlighten you.
And so the scientist and his friends are trying to stop him. So yeah, it's super racist, but it's also poorly done because it's like it starts off with the main character and the only woman that has much of a talking role in the movie taking a test.
1 minute left to turn in your test.
So it's like, are they in college still? But then in the next scene, they're working, and they've been working for a while. So this was a test to get the job or something? I don't know. Then this movie itself, it's very unclear because it really tries a lot more to be about time travel shenanigans than it is about Christianity. And so they have multiple timelines going, and so the fact that the movie doesn't do a great job of keeping things clear doesn't help. But then on the other hand, it's really interested in making sure we know the rules of its time travel.
It's only partially functional. There are still incongruencies, and I haven't completed all the
Fire
safeguards.
it up.
Get on the time pad.
Hang on, he's gonna need one of these.
What's this?
The retrievers are needed to travel into the past or the future. Without one, you can transfer, but your molecules will explode within seconds.
So even though they just invented time travel, the main character takes time, at least twice, to explain all these complicated rules about
Comet change time.
Depending on the circumstances, we might not exist in a few minutes.
Say what?
No, if whatever he did affected us, wouldn't we have changed already?
Time doesn't change instantaneously. It has to rewrite itself.
Rewrite itself?
It's like the speed of light.
It appears to move instantly, but light has a speed.
So that's why everything was blowing up on the time pad.
Exactly. We were inadvertently splitting the time continuum.
well, if this happens, then that's going to happen. And then this, because, yeah, it's your first time doing time travel and you know the rules.
We transferred from Continuum A and it materialized in Continuum B, which is a part of Continuum A, but by being here in theory, we're creating a new Continuum C. Time can't loop itself. We should be fine.
So it's really, really almost more of a time travel movie that deals with Christianity. But it does have this religious theme. The evil Muslims, they do make a point of being like, oh, not all Muslims are evil. Wink. And, but then they also have spoilers. The first time they travel back in time, the bad guys do get to kill Jesus. And then they go back to the modern time, and everything is just like flaming rubble.
This is your world.
This can't be right.
The world that you created. A world without forgiveness.
The production level is pretty decent compared to some of the other ones, like the other Christploitation movie I've reviewed. You can link to it right there. But it's still not great. Some of the actors have actually done some decent other things. The main two of the guys have done pretty steady work, nothing obscene, but so it's like they weren't desperate for work. On the other hand, I mentioned there's really only one woman that has much of a speaking role.
Amy Lee.
Surprise! She's the daughter of the writer-director. They, so I don't know how she got that role. Who knows? And it's the only thing she's ever done. Maybe she's just being picky. She's just waiting for the next right role to come along. But so the time travel, they really get into that, and they, I'm going to go back and fix what's fixed. So kind of Bill and Ted-ish, not quite as bad as, not as extreme as that. But they also do try to shoe in the Christianity. There's a lot of lip service about, why did you allow this, God? And it's like, if you're God, why are you allowing yourself to be killed?
If you really are the Son of God, you can stop these bullets.
There's one particularly ridiculous scene where the one version, maybe is it the real version or is it a time travel copy of the girl is dying, and our main character is looking up at Jesus on the crucifix, and he's like, why are you letting her die?
Well, if you're who you say you are, then please heal her.
I'm like, he's a little busy right now. So, there's that, and they kind of go out of their way, be like, oh, look, this person mentioned in the Bible, that was actually our person that traveled back in time. But, like I said, the Christianity is a little off. The good guys, for example, seem to have no hesitation about just straight up killing people. There's one scene where the good guy, he jumps in the time travel and just like goes back in time a few hours. And there are some security guards there, and he just like straight up shoots them and kills them. And then our other hero that's the one that has the crisis of conscience, he says, we see him in the car with his wife and kids in the beginning of the movie, and he's like, it's a new job, I'm not sure about it, but I'm used to back being out in the army killing terrorists.
I'm just struggling. I went from saving an embassy and killing terrorists to now being the head of security at a research lab.
That doesn't seem very Christian to me. And speaking of the wife, for some reason, the wife of the guy is Heidi Montag. So apparently she's a reality star. I'm not sure. She's terrible. She gets killed. And that's what makes our other main actor lose faith in God. It's kind of distracting, though, because this dude is like the world's #1 Gerard Butler impersonator. He just sort of looks like he's a stand-in for him. So every time I see him, it's like, is that Gerard Butler? No, it's not. So the movie is all over the place, and I'm not surprised that they re-edited it. So I tried to find some information about this Black Easter version. Apparently, the director-writer re-edited it and added some voiceover narration to try and make things a little clearer, which is a good thing because, like I said, it just kind of skips around. First, they're in college, maybe, then they're working, and then also there's the guy that loses his faith. Him and his SWAT team go back to the biblical times, and then next scene, they're being crucified. So it really kind of makes a lot of jumps, and there's also a scene where our good hero that doesn't have the crisis of faith, he's there, and a dude runs by and he's like, hey, Paul!
Peter? With Jesus?
Because, of course, you're going to know the apostles on sight. All those photographs we have of them. Not like he looks like every other guy from that era that looks like basically like a hippie in a brown clothes, but somehow he knows this dude on sight. Um, so, but they do a decent job. For example, they go back to time to the biblical era. Nobody speaks English, so that's a good sight. A good observation. I was kind of expecting the people to actually magically speak English. However, they keep trying to talk to them. They're like, oh, they don't speak English. Hey, hello. It's like, you just said they don't speak English. Why do you keep trying to speak English to them? Then, along with the racism, there's one African American character. He is kind of on the team with the scientists. Whew, he is doing his best Chris Tucker impression.
Everybody else gone. I'm stuck here for a day. He ain't got no toilet paper, no nothing, man.
Another thing that's not great is the evil Muslim. They show a flashback to him as a kid. He's in the Middle East somewhere. And they say that he was born and raised a Christian, and then evil Muslim terrorists killed his parents.
You defy Allah and declare yourselves as Christians. The penalty is death.
But now he's a terrorist Muslim? They say, oh, you must have Stockholm Syndrome, but you're kind of making a big... Why is he killing why is he killing Jesus if he was Christian? And it's actually the Muslims that did bad on him? Maybe in the Black Easter version they explained it a little better. And so finally, you think the movie's over. Spoilers, the Christianity is reinstated. Guess what? Mid-credit sequence! Yes! They go to the future. They arrive there. Some soldiers show up. And they're like, oh, they don't have a chip. I don't know why the Antichrist wanted them, but we better take him to him.
We need to find out why the Antichrist wants them.
They're setting up a sequel! Oh, I can't wait. I hope they get to make one. So, as I said, Assassin 33 AD. This movie's awesome. 6 thumbs up. It is so racist. If you can ignore that fact, it is amazing.